My name is Chris Teston. I work with CheckFree, desktop support analyst. Work on desktop support. This is Mike DeHeck.
I'm Mike DeHeck. I work for the same CheckFree Corporation. I do desktop support, so we were both sent here.
Putting together a basic knowledge of group policy. I've seen it in action a little bit. Now I can see what's more under the hood and be able to implement some of it. One thing that I think that is broken today, we use a lot of log-on scripts instead of the actual policies. It seems like we bang our heads to make sure this will work, the WMI queries. Make sure we can just set it in an group policy object and set that instead of having to worry about who's editing the scripts.
I have a better understanding of group policy. I always heard about it and kind of looked over people's shoulders that were messing with it. I feel like I gained confidence by coming to this class. Once again, people would talk about it at work, and I would just kind of, I wouldn't really know what they were talking about, and I always wanted to get more involved with it, so I feel I have a better understanding of the subject.
I believe what I learned here would definitely help configuring desktops and laptops. It will, again, instead of doing one mass image, we can specify for each users and each groups to be able to get certain software, certain settings like we want, and I think it will definitely save time.
If my manager came to me and asked me, should you go to Jeremy's class, I would definitely say yes. This was actually my second class with Jeremy. I visited the one in Phoenix a year ago and had a blast with that one, and then had the opportunity to go to the one in Atlanta, and even the one in Atlanta I think was even more beneficial to me.
I think the hands-on labs were great. It helped bring in the knowledge instead of just going over stuff, and you had to think. If you finished the labs, you did it yourself. You didn't have to. It wasn't a step 1, step 2, step 3. It was a very good ingraining experience.
In the first course, it was more of an intro to me. Once again, I just kind of knew very, very little about group policy. I kind of knew basically what it did, but that one in Phoenix really gave me the ins and outs and helped me to understand it more. And then this one really helped understand the Vista side of it. I really enjoyed the preferences, new piece to group policy, and also like being able to filter through the group policy objects, because it was always being a new person to group policy, not always using it. That's an easy way to find something if you're trying to learn more about finding a policy.
I think what I learned in this class will definitely save time. Like you said, the filtering is great. There's 1,600 different extensions. There's settings, 2,400 for Vista. Being able to filter by descriptions or by comments would definitely help save time instead of hunting and pecking. Now, the top 3 things that I think I can walk away with would be the group policy preference extensions, being able to know how to set that, get the green lines instead of the red lines, be able to efficiently know what's going to win, policy, preferences. The final decision to try to take this class, for one, if I was a manager, I would think about the time spent fixing what somebody else has done that did not know what they were doing, and after this class they will definitely understand what they're doing before they make it. New people into the field, I would definitely go in, because you'll waste a lot of time hunting and pecking again, and I think Jeremy really knows what he's talking about. He's written the book, and I think he's a very interactive person. Group policy can seem dull, but he keeps the class very, very entertained.